REPL as an infrastructure consultant is doing a lot of projects in smart city since last 5-6 years or more than that, and Itanagar being one of those. Itanagar has a very special significance because of its territory. It is far-flung area, its challenges because of local conditions. So today we are talking to Mr. Daleep Thusu, who is spearheading this project from the part of REPL overall, Span India, and what was the objectives, how it was started, and we will let more about the smart city in Itanagar that we have been doing.
Smart Cities mission was started in Government of India in June 2015 originally. And the basic core objectives of this mission was to promote the overall quality of the life of people, then provide some urban transportation, urban mobility, what we call better sanitation, and better water supply techniques, then some command centers, IT connectivity, and digitalization. So that were the prime, and of course the e-governance also. So these were the prime objectives of this mission, and to start with, it had approved about 100 cities at a cost of about 1,64,000 crores. So now coming back to Itanagar, it is one of the northeastern states, a very draws its importance from the strategic point of view also, because it is in the far-flung area of the northern eastern states also. It was not connected by air directly till recently. On it, the indirect air services started in April last year only. Otherwise, you have to go from Dibrugarh about 5 hours travel. So, lot of problems were there. The total cost of the project for Itanagar, it was in the fourth round of the Smart City mission. Actually, this is governed by the Urban Development Ministry here, Government of India. It was in the fourth round, which was in 2018, January 2018, at a cost of about 432 crores. Sorry, 532 crores. So the various components which we covered, and we were involved as a REPL, we were involved with this project right from the inception, being the PMC consultants there. And the components which were covered under this mission for Itanagar were like smart cities, smart classrooms were provided there, the smart signages across the whole city. Actually, Itanagar is located, it's a dual city. One component is called as Nahar Lagoon, which is the start of it, and Itanagar overall, it is a twin capital city of the Arunachal, and having about population about 3 lakh. And Arunachal, as I will update you, it's about having about 37 towns overall.
Okay.
To start with, there are about 10 towns only. Now, as on date, it's about 37 towns. And if you see the civic conditions of Itanagar prior to this smart city mission, it was very bad. Like you didn't have proper sanitation, proper road network also. So with this smart city, there has been a lot of improvisation. There has been a lot of upliftment of the vendor facilities, like through smart city. Some vendor markets have been developed. One is Ganga Market, another is Nahar Lagoon. So those have been upgraded and in order to provide. Otherwise, those people would be staying on the streets selling fish or other non-veg products or even vegetables. Those have been accommodated within one complex only, so that the vendors can provide a better service to the citizens there. Then one more ecotourism has been given a due importance in this. Ecotourism parks have been developed, and then there is one in the core city area. There is one Indira Gandhi Park that's known as IG Park. It's a huge park that has been developed on a large scale. Even I have gone there 5-6 times. It is a huge park with some good plantation growth and trees growth, and now a water channel is also passing through it. Now through this smart city, an amphitheater has been developed there, a food court has been developed there, and an open stadium has been developed there with viewer stands and all that. Now again, coming to the development of there are some local handicrafts and local artisans. Exhibition center has been developed under the smart city through smart steel sections there in the city itself. So where the display and exhibition of the local handicrafts and artisans will be also developed.
So, one thing we would like to know is that Itanagar itself is a terrain is very hilly terrain and very challenging terrain, and environment is very a crucial issue on those areas, that kind of areas. So how have you taken care of the environmental sustainability in smart city planning or execution?
Actually, Itanagar is a very specific, very, I can say, a dicey area where you get a lot of rainfalls. Well, I think all the months of the year it rains so heavily, particularly if you go to April, May, June, July. So you get a lot of rains. So that is why due care is taken, and then you don't have much heat as you are in the northern parts of the India, but you get a lot of moisture. It is sultry also, and then you get a lot of rainfalls. So all those precautions have been taken while designing of the structures. Say like the stadium has been there, it has been covered properly so that the rainwaters do not disturb it. And then whatever sanitation and sewage disposal projects were designed, those have been also taken care of. And then it is like it's not a plain terrain. What Itanagar city itself is about 16 kilometers long. If you talk from Naharlagun to Chandnagar area, and above also it's about 16 to 20 kilometers area. So it is again in a slopey terrain. So one big advantage is that it is auto flashing. Like whenever rain happens, it doesn't. There is no water logging. But while designing these structures, we have taken due care, and REPL Rudrabhishek has been associated with it. We have provided them the technological developments, like we have provided an effective engineering techniques, modern techniques, to get better, which are result oriented there. So we had like IT governance experts there, we had eco experts there, we had urban experts there, structural engineers. So all those people in a group core team provided in a core team, and we got a lot of cooperation from the CEO Itanagar Smart City also, a lot of cooperation from his side, and then the administrative secretary also. They were all concerned that we should end in a better product.
Here also there is a point that in all the smart cities there is a lot of focus on application of technology for smart governance and smart administration. So something
So I
about
told you, see, prime factors involved in it were like e-governance, then digitalization, smart classrooms. See, what is the conception of between normal classroom and smart classroom? Smart classroom is that you provide better techniques of teaching there. Like you have a board where you can write, and you get the printout itself of the whatever the teacher writes on the board.
Okay.
You have these days those kind of blackboards. Otherwise, in older days, the teacher would write with a chalk and people would copy it. Now you have the provisions under new technology formations. He writes it, and whatever he writes, it gets recorded automatically, and printer is there, and he draws the printouts and distributes to the students. So then providing them better toilet facilities in the schools and drinking water facilities, like food facilities. And then library, I forgot to tell you, art of governance library has been developed under Smart City project in Itanagar. And a museum, Ita Fort is there, which is a very...
Library is functional.
Yeah, library is functional. Like retrofitting of Ita Fort, what is now known as the Fort of Itanagar, which is from the ancient times there, that has been retrofitted through Smart City mission. And a state-of-art museum has been also developed, where the archives from ancestral places and other heritages have been stored there.
Correct. Just one last question. If we talk about Itanagar Smart City, one thing that differentiates it from the other smart cities in a huge way, what would it be?
You see, I would put it, I come from Jammu and Kashmir state, as you know, and I have seen other smart cities also, though there have been remarkable progress. Like you take under the smart city, you take Raipur. So they decided to go for a new city as such, with the
Correct.
funding of, they pooled some money from the state government corpus also, and they dovetailed the funding. Whatever smart city mission would provide them, and they clubbed some money from the state government plan.
Okay.
So they developed a new city as such,
Okay.
where all the modern facilities were provided.
Correct.
So it would cost them around 6,500 crores. So I understand they got about 2,500 crores from the smart city, and another funding they got from their own plan.
Correct.
So if you take now Kanpur, Dehradun, those are the normal type of thing,
Correct.
in a plain
Plain
terrain,
areas.
normal routine.
Correct.
But Itanagar, you see, if you go to northeast, you will see that road infrastructure was lacking, water supply, better sanitation facilities, better civic facilities. Those are all lagging. You would not find a better food court or a grocery store in these areas. And then urban transportation, as no Itanagar, you don't have any public transport as of today even.
Okay.
So people have their own all private cars and private transport.
Okay.
So with this now, buses will be introduced there, which is a big factor.
That's great.
From the inception of the Itanagar, there has been no public transport, but now electric buses will be introduced, which is itself having a bigger impact.
Bigger impact.
So these things, so I think the thrust of the government as such has been to develop these weaker sections of the society or the weaker pockets of the country through these smart city missions.
That's
And I think to a large extent there has been a success in that.
That's great to hear. And we got to know a lot of things about the smart city, especially about Itanagar. Thank you very much.
But just to conclude, I
Yeah.
think REPL as a consulting or a project management consultant or a development consultant have played a pivotal role in it, which is on record with a lot of appreciation from the state government of Itanagar. And I have met the chief secretary there also, the urban development secretary also. We have played a very key role in seeing this mission a success. Thank you.
Thank you.